I allow myself to talk to myself. I know myself. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I crack myself up. People make it seem like it's crazy to talk to yourself, but in a sense, you need to talk to yourself in order to reflect. A lot of stuff that they say that you crazy for doing be the things that level you up here. I'm trying to tell y'all. So talking to yourself, if you need money, bro, if you need anything in this world, understand that you need to talk to yourself. That's the first step. You talk to yourself, it will allow you to build the connection with yourself. It will allow you to, a lot of people don't have that connection with themselves, so they don't understand what they like, they don't understand what they're here for, they don't understand the purpose and the drives that they are here to do to push them to that further. They don't have nothing. They like, it's, you need to talk to yourself. And that's just the best way to explain all that. Yo, hey bro, we back in the backyard with another video, man. And this is just a video on me explaining to y'all why you aren't crazy, bro. Why you need to be able to, if you clicked on this video, the title is gonna be something along the lines of, which we got some wind. We got some wind. Sorry if this is gonna be a windy video, but I'm gonna keep it brief. My camera always gonna die for some odd reason. The bitch always be trying to die on me. You need to talk to yourself if you need money, bro. If you need money, just to keep it plain and simple, talk to yourself, bro. And talk to yourself in a comfortable manner. You want to talk to yourself and be comfortable while talking to yourself. If you're not comfortable while talking to yourself, then you ain't gonna be able to see where you're going, in a sense. So, and it's all gonna start making sense. Just give me 1 second. I need to kind of warm up to the camera because I haven't been on the camera in a minute. I got steps. All the steps are right here. So just bear with me for a second because it's all gonna start making sense. Talk to yourself if you need money. Like I said, there's steps. There's steps to get to where you are trying to go. And in order to understand these steps, you need to be able to reflect. And if you aren't reflecting, which form of reflecting is just talking to yourself, then you won't be able to see how talking to yourself is going to help you get the money that you're asking for, or whatever you're asking for, shit, whatever you want in this reality, because at the end of the day, shit, you can get it. And that's just that. So let's just go ahead and dive into the steps. Like, build a connection with yourself. Bro, this is one of the most important things, like building a connection with yourself. Like, a lot of y'all don't understand the importance, and we got a lot of cars going back and forth, but a lot of y'all don't understand the importance of talking to yourself and building a connection with yourself. If you don't have the connection and the discipline and the drive to continue to go and get the things that you are asking for through yourself or through God or whoever you're trying to ask for these items for, if you aren't understanding what you need and what you need to be, in a sense, not chasing after, but just aligning with yourself, if you're not being able to have that connection with yourself in order to see this path that you're on, then you won't be able to grow, or you won't be able to, in a sense, bring whatever you are talking to yourself about to the physical. So in a sense, right, you need to be able to see the path, and we're on step 3 already. So the first step would be build a connection and talk with yourself, right? So hopefully y'all following along. I feel like I'm talking, but at the same time, a lot of the words that I'm saying really don't, they're not really registering. So I need to, in a sense, make it register, right? And I always be a little bit everywhere in the beginning of these videos, but it all kind of makes sense at the end. So bear with me, my nigga. You need to talk to yourself. You're not crazy if you talk to yourself. You talk to yourself all the time, even when your mouth ain't moving. Say something. Say, I love you. You watching the video right now. Say it. Say, I love you, but without opening your mouth. You just said it, right? I just said it. I said it a couple times. You get when I said it before I said it out here. And that's just simply because I can talk without talking. And that's simply because I allow myself to talk to myself. I know myself. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I crack myself up. People make it seem like it's crazy to talk to yourself, but in a sense, you need to talk to yourself in order to reflect. A lot of stuff that they say that you crazy for doing be the things that level you up here. I'm trying to tell y'all. So talking to yourself, if you need money, bro, if you need anything in this world, understand that you need to talk to yourself. That's the first step. You talk to yourself, it will allow you to build the connection with yourself. It will allow you to A lot of people don't have that connection with themselves, so they don't understand what they like, they don't understand what they're here for, they don't understand the purpose and the drives that they are here to do to push them to that further. They don't have nothing. They like, it's, you need to talk to yourself. And that's just the best way to explain all that. So from you talking to yourself, even if you are asking for something in the materialistic realm, right? You ask for it from God, right? Or you ask for it from yourself. Then you need to be able to, from there, talk to yourself and make sure that you're on the same track that is trying to get you to where you are going. And since understanding yourself will allow you to continue moving closer and closer to what you are trying to attract. That's the first step. The second step is talking to yourself, and it will create that idea. So in a sense, you talking to yourself, right? So boom, this is how it go. Shit, okay, boom, you build the connection. You talking to yourself, you building the connection. And when you talking to yourself and you building the ideas and the connections right there, you already mixing rule 1, which is just talking to yourself, with rule 2, which is, okay, cool, I'm talking to myself, I understand myself, now I need to get to the money, I need to get to wherever I need to get to. Now in order to get to wherever I need to get to, I need to create and realign my words with what I am trying to go after. So if consistency means something, you might see consistency one way, but in a way that you are trying to be consistent, it takes a completely different action to be that type of consistent. You need to, in a sense, rewire what these words mean to you. But in order to do that, you need to be able to, you need to talk to yourself. You need to build this relationship with yourself. This is why you need to understand yourself and understand what you feel like words mean to you, so you can actually twist these words and actually make them make sense to you, if that makes sense. Because a lot of these words got 2 definitions. So if you actually understand that some of these words that you've been using really isn't really how you've been trying to, bro, shit will start making sense once you start talking to yourself. Because once you start talking to yourself, then you will have questions, and then when you have questions, these questions will spark ideas and creativity. So this is why you talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. If you need money, you talk to yourself. It will spark this idea and this creativity. And then with this idea and creativity, step 2, right? You lead to step 3, which step 3 allows you to see the path. So with that being said, step 1, talk to yourself, build that relationship. Step 2, shit, what was it? Create that idea and create and come up with that idea in order for you to have a path to start on, so you can go. So in a sense, talking to yourself, what do I need? Shit, I need money. Okay, cool. How can I go get the money? That's creating the idea, and that's creating, first of all, and that's also allowing you to have the creation to create an idea in order to get to the money. So if that money, because money is just is a tool, but money is not, it takes money to get money. So in a sense, you need to do certain things to get you to whatever capital you want, or you need to build on a skill that's going to get you to that capital that you want. Like, you just need to, like, things, but information will come. Like, like, I don't want to get too off track. Just understand, if you want some money, talk to yourself. From talking to yourself, it will allow you to reflect, come up with brand new ideas, brand new creativity, and then from there you will be able to see your path clear. That's just step 3, that path. So when you get to that path, you need a path to get to anything in this reality. And when you understand that, like, you'll understand why a lot of things that you feel like you don't have here, you don't got it type shit. Like you will figure that shit out, right? So when you figure it out, it kind of threw me off. Hold up, I forgot what I was talking about, so I had to come back over here. Yeah, so you'll see the path, and you need a path to get to anything in this reality. Just to keep it that simple, like, we don't even really need to go into it. Like, just understand that if you're trying to get to anything that you feel like you don't got, you need a path to get there. And in order to get there, you need the idea and the creativity to get to that starting point. You need to understand that there is stuff here to get you to where you need to go, or where you want to go. But in order to even figure it out, you need to understand, in order to figure out how to get the money, in order to figure out how to get the things that you want, if you reflect on it, talk to yourself, then you will come up with ideas in order to get to that. But through those ideas, it will create a path for you to get to. So hopefully all this stuff is making sense. Like I feel like I'm a little everywhere, but hopefully all that shit kind of just wrapped up right there. And my camera finna die for some, it always about to die. Like I don't know. Anyway, stop arguing with yourself. When you talk to yourself, you're talking to yourself in order to move forward. You're not talking to yourself to prove yourself right. Like, everybody want to be right, and that's just the reality of it. Shit, you feel like because you're right, you're right, but in a sense, just because you're right doesn't mean you're right. You can be right and still don't grow, because right and wrong is up to you. Now, let me say that again. You can be right and still not be growing the way you want to grow. You can be right about not making $10,000 a month. Shit, I knew I couldn't make those $10,000 a month, but I want to make $10,000 a month. But I'm not going to make $10,000 a month because I want to be right. And the only thing I know how to be right in is how to not make those $10,000. So I'm not going to use my creativity. I'm not going to use my brain. I'm not going to use the things that is here for me to get the things that I want, because I was not taught that. I was not taught to talk to myself. I was not taught to, you get what I'm saying? So yes, you need that path. And being emotional will cause conflict. Arguing with yourself, arguing with the inner and the outer. In a sense, you are the inner and the outer, but you only argue with yourself when you feel like you aren't getting to what you feel like you should have fast enough. So you argue with yourself, or you feel like somebody should know something because you know it. So you will, in a sense, argue with yourself by starting an argument with somebody else. Like, it all starts with you in a sense, but that's kind of like that's kind of too deep. Like, that's not why we're here. We're here to make money, and we're here to understand why talking to yourself make you money. And just to kind of simplify it up, nigga, is because you need to reflect. When you reflect, it allows you to see exactly where you're going. Like, and that's just that. Like, when you reflect, you see the path. When you reflect, you just see. Like, and reflecting keeps you grounded and keeps you moving towards the things that you want to continue moving towards. And another thing that allows you to continue moving towards the things that you want to move towards is not being emotional. And what allows you not to be emotional is staying grounded. And I'm not talking about like going outside and putting your feet on the ground necessarily. I'm talking about grounding your mind, grounding your mental, bro. Go look up what grounding means, bro. I'll go make a video. Like, I'll probably make a video. I wouldn't mind making a video, but I'll probably make a video about grounding. Shit, I wouldn't mind. But look it up for yourself, bro. Like, go do the research yourself. It wouldn't hurt, because even if I tell you what it is, it's not gonna give you the clarity and the understanding of what it truly is, because you're not doing it yourself. And just understand that naturally, if you stay one with yourself, in the sense, understanding that you are reflecting, you are talking to yourself after, say, like you do something that is going to, that idea that you came up with is going to get you closer to your goal, right? So every single time you do that idea that you came with that's getting you closer to your goal, after you do it, talk to yourself, see if you did it correctly, make sure that you're growing, make sure that shit is falling in place. Because if it's not, if you're not talking to yourself, if you're not reflecting back on what is truly happening, then you won't be able to grow. Because you might grow in the beginning, but then you're gonna get too much information, and then you're gonna get overwhelmed, and then it's gonna get fucking clouded, and your judgment's gonna get clouded, and you're gonna think that you were wrong all along, and then you're gonna give up, and then you're gonna do all this extra shit that it didn't take if you would have just started talking to yourself and reflecting on what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and keeping your ass on that road to continue going straight. That path, that idea that you came up with, that created that path for you. When you talk to yourself, it allows you to stay on that road. And that's just truly what it is. You'll learn the power of maintaining and growth before any of the things that you ask for come, because you need to learn. Like, it's so much stuff I could talk about, but the purpose of this video, bro, is just mainly to don't think that talking to yourself is crazy, bro. Talking to yourself isn't crazy. Talking to yourself will get you closer to those $1 million, like those millions of dollars that you want, simply because you are allowing yourself to reflect. So because you are allowing yourself to reflect, you are allowing yourself to stay aligned with the path that you created from yourself, from step 1, step 2, and step 3, which is just simply, if we was to go back, building that connection with yourself, and then from building that connection, you create an idea and a solution to get to what you feel like you need that you don't have. And then from there, if you was to talk to yourself and make sure that you're staying aligned on this road, that path that you created for yourself, right? If you stay aligned with it, then you will be able to see a path, stay on that path, and then receive the goods, receive the millions of dollars, receive and grow. Now, it doesn't come just like that. It grows. But the good news is that it grows. So, and it grows exponentially. So it might start growing slow, but the more and more you do the right things, the more and more and the faster and faster it comes. So that's the good news in it. And shit, like, that's just how it is, bro. Just talk to yourself, nigga. Shit, I do it all the time. Just understand that a lot of the information that you do get can be information that leads you a different direction. Understand that some of the information will lead you on the path, and understand some of the information will lead you outside the path. And that's up to you to decide which is right. Do you want to be in the, do you want to be right, or do you want to be in the right reality? Do you want to be right, or do you want to be in the right reality?